Good evening, everybody. This is Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on social media. I'm your host, CmdrAleon, and we're in for a night on Thursday night for a show that's out of this world. Good evening, April. Everybody coming in here. Hey, good to see you there, Smurf. Everybody, April, everybody coming in, Jeff, Kimberly, wherever you are around the world, you're watching a Thursday night edition of Encounters. That's right. And we'll be on here tonight on Encounters from 11 till 1 for a 2-hour show. So join us here for 2 hours of Encounters, our most popular nighttime UFO spiritual talk show. And we're glad to have you all with us. Midnight, everybody coming in. Misty, good to see you. Hey, Ray and Mary, good to see you. Half Pint. Kate, everyone, Biz, good to see you. Everybody coming in. And of course, Carol, Susie Q, welcome, Tom. Good to have everybody here. So we're going to have a very interesting show. We don't know who we're going to have on the program here. And of course, you can always look forward, hey, Jane, for me to come up with things to talk about, including, busting the matrix. Say, Biz, thank you. So we're here to bust the matrix on the #1 spiritual UFO talk show, Encounters. And everything's on the table. Hey, Hetty, good to see you. And everybody, hey, Gary Haas, Kit Kat, hey, welcome. So it's going to be another great show. I have a show that I did this morning that'll be on my YouTube channel, but we're pretty much all caught up with all our shows. And any of the shows that you've missed throughout time are on my YouTube channel, Ashtar Command Spaceship News. You'll see all the shows on there from weeks ago, and you can watch every show and stay up 24 hours a day. Just kidding you. Hey, Kit Kat, good to see you. And we're looking forward to having just a wonderful time tonight with everybody. So we're going to see who's going to be out here tonight. We have no idea, but we will see as the night goes by. And of course, everyone's invited to participate, take a seat, find a place to rest. We have a big studio, so we have a lot of room all over the planet for as many people as possible. Have I made videos on my contacts? Well, I haven't had any videos to make, unfortunately. I haven't had any real contacts to do a video. But eventually, when I do have the contacts, then maybe I want to see if that's possible. So, hey, Kathy Donnelly, good to see you. Hey, April, good to see you as well. Welcome to the show. Ali, Kurt, everyone out there around the world. Pat, welcome. Please share and like. Our goal is to get 100,000 likes tonight. And so to like and get us to 100,000, just tap the screen. We're at 1.5 right now. Let's get the ball rolling. Everybody tap. That's just a few people. There's always a few that just keep tapping, but we need everybody in my show to collectively tap that screen. And that makes it happen. So even if you're not going on the show to being a guest, you can be proactive by tapping the screen. Keep tapping, and that gives us the numbers, okay? Hope, love, good to see you. Blessings to you. Hey, Chesno, good to see you. I got my moderators on, Chesno, Hetty, a few of the moderators here. So I'm glad to see you all. And hey, Susan. Hey, Pearl. Everybody coming in. I am amped up tonight, folks. And this weekend is a big East Coast Gem Mineral Show at the Big E in West Springfield, Mass. Will be crystallized that day. We're going to be crystallized when we go up there. And we're going to be just looking at all kinds of crystals. I'll be coming back with a whole load of crystals, I'm sure. Hey, Dawn, good to have you. Dawn Renee. And thank you for the gifts, people. I've set a goal for the hat with the mustache tonight. And we also encourage you to use my Venmo app, which is my Cash app, to make a donation. On my main page, there's a link to the app as well to my YouTube channel. So please be aware that I do have that link there if you look. Peanut. Hey, Chezo, thank you for reminding people about that. And we can even pin that up there if you want to pin it. That's great too. Oh, you already pinned it, I think. So there you go. So yeah, please welcome everybody to the show wherever you are around the world. And things are, pretty much happening all over the place. There's a lot of, stuff being done with AI. People are creating exceptionally good fake video footage of different things, which is this kind of a disservice to the truth. As AI gets more prevalent in our world with the subject matter, it's real easy to create fake, really well-produced footage that's just not real, So we have to be aware of that now. as well. But on here, we won't have any AI because we're real. I'm real. I'm not AI. And the people I interview are real people. And you know that what we do here is going to get to the truth. We're not going to play with that AI stuff and create some really cool images just because we can do it. Thank you for the gift. We appreciate it. Thank you so much, Jen. We appreciate it. Thank you for the heart. And we're just glad to see everybody coming in here. And we're just getting started, so it's early. Rita, good to see you as well. And please feel free to share our broadcast with as many folks as you like. It's only about 10 minutes after 11. I suppose we'll get up to a couple hundred people as we get later into the show. And so we're just starting out here. Work folks says, any UFOs over Jerusalem? Many years ago, there was a video that was recorded, I think it was in the 90s, of over Jerusalem. There was some UFO activity. It was a classic video. It was, went viral many years ago. Hey, Northern Lights, thank you for joining us. Everybody coming in here. Acid TV, or I think it's Acid. Welcome to the show, Ryan Hansen. Catherine, welcome everybody. Adrian, Sci-Fi, Calhoun, any UFOs in Africa? I'm sure there are sightings in Africa. We have people that watch our show in Africa, in different parts of Africa, so I'm sure there is activity going on there. There's activity going on pretty much all over the world. Hey, Johnny Potts on the spot. There's activity pretty much going on everywhere, brothers and sisters. It's not just one area. Definitely. The Zimbabwe kids. Yeah, that story was interesting. Did you believe in UFOs? Should you put another chair at the table? Jesus says, did you believe in UFOs? Should you put another chair at the table? Can you explain what you mean by that? John Tyler, good evening. Thank you, Coach Jay. We appreciate you. Appreciate you, brother. Craigie Bridge, welcome. Formerly something, Heather Hiker. That's a good name. Did I miss anything a couple of minutes ago? No, you didn't miss anything. I was just trying to reset something on my TikTok here, and I think I've got it done. Northern Lights, good evening. Good to see you. Kitty Castro, dear Ron, Susan Mary, thank you for the coffee. Oh, that's good. I'll drink. Thank you. Oh, man. That'll keep me awake. I've never seen that one before. Thank you. I like that. Coffee Magic. That's new. And you're watching to the Cosmic Show, the Cosmic Galactic Show, Encounters. If you're new to the show, glad to have you with us, because we are actually on TikTok, a show. Isn't that amazing? There's actually a show produced on spiritual UFO areas with somebody who's in broadcasting, And I am on broadcasting every Sunday, 11:30 to 1, WESUFM.org. And I do that every Sunday for 21 years on NPR Pacific Radio. Thank you, Rachel. Good to have you with us. I get my earpods on, so I should have that working. And as we see the increase of sightings going on, I look at a lot of the video footage. I'm more interested in new video footage of things happening around the world. And there's a lot of stuff going on. If people upload their videos and don't keep it to themselves, there's a lot of things going on. One of the things we look for with the activity is the date of where the sightings are happening. The location of the sighting is important. And of course, as good a video as someone can get. Not everyone can get really clear footage, but people are doing their best to get what they can record and document. I saw a black triangle UFO in London. Adrian, Sci-Fi, Calhoun. When did you see that, Adrian? When did you see that triangle in UFO in London? Young Skywalker, good to see you. Al, good to see you. Just kind of, wondering about it. It won't let me record blank on screen. 2012 December. Interesting. Half Pint. Lots of sightings in Pennsylvania. Half Pint. I see that you had a large spaceship over your location up in the mountains there, in the mountains where you are in Pennsylvania. I was looking at one of your pictures today. I did see that photo of what appears to be a large ship. Red line says go outside and you can see now hundreds moving. And speaking of things, we're getting ready in September. Yeah, Mothership. Yeah, we're getting ready in September for the major event in New England, which is the Ashtar Command contact program. We're going to be gathering. Chesno's one of our people in our group. We have a group of Ashtar Command people involved in CU5. We're going to be planning, we already planned it, but we're going to be gathering on the Long Island Sound on the Connecticut side, doing a live event on TikTok where we're going to be doing CU5 Ashtar Command style, and we're going to try to vector in the spaceships over the Long Island Sound from space. And that's going to be happening September 14th at 8:30. We're going to go live on September 14th here, and you're going to see everything we see. Whatever we see, you're going to see. And if you're interested in attending that event, you must email me. We have a video on my main page. You can contact me by email if you're going to attend our Ashtar Command contact event, C5. That's September 14th, happening at 8:30 p.m. in Madison, Connecticut. I'll give people all the details. If you're interested, let me know. Dee says, looks very dark tonight with all the clouds. Clyde Boozer, welcome to the show. And we'll bring Half Pint up in a little bit because they've been having some real activity again up in their area in the Appalachian Mountains up in Pennsylvania. And I did see the latest photo that they were showing on their upload. People have to understand that we're living in very interesting times. We live on a crazy planet. You know, we definitely live on a crazy planet. I've come to the conclusion that the world is going kind of nuts in a way. When you look at what's happening, the little bits that they show us on news. And when I look at the news, which I monitor, it's always the same stories, the same narrative, the same stuff. It's like, you know, it's a conditioning program on Earth to keep people kind of like in this drama stage of drama, you know, and everyone's going to be in the drama stage. You know, they don't want people to know anything but the drama that they're doing. So after they get through the hard news on Earth-based news, they sell you pocketbooks, they sell you towels to go to the beach, you know, and steals and deals or whatever they want to do. That's what they think that's what the public should be, you know. They're all focused on the fluffy stuff, the stuff that's all meaningless, essentially, to consciousness. But that's what they do to human society. And all the countries do it on all the TV stations. They all do it. You see? That's what they do. But they still don't show people the truth. Very little is being done to show people any segment of cosmic truth on our mass media. And the thing is, pretty soon, that's going to change. And why do I say that? Okay? Because we have a world that is shifting, not just because our consciousness is shifting, because the whole universe is shifting. It's not just about us, it's about more than us. See, the one thing that was always a problem on Earth is that it was always about us. Have you ever noticed people say, it's always about me, it's always about me, it's always about me? When it's always about me, then we don't see the bigger picture. But when it's always beyond me, then we see a bigger picture. When you go beyond yourself to a more expansive consciousness, you can see things a little bit more clearly, right? You can understand things that are happening more clearly. You can see the gravity of the situation. Absolutely. Oh, we are amped up tonight, folks. We're just starting. I haven't even begun to get to where I'm going to be going. And I have no idea where that is either. But wherever it is, it's going to definitely be profound. It's going to bust some matrices. And we're going to definitely transform the planet on this show. And we will. We are. Every time we're on here, we're just transforming the planet. You know? Hey, here to listen and learn. Good to have you with us. You know? And hey, Stormy, sweet tea. You know, so please also tap. Don't forget to tap, share. We're at 22,000. We want to get to 100,000 by 1 a.m. We're doing a 2-hour show tonight program. Hey, Chris, good to see you. See you, brother. Thank you for the tiny Deanie. We appreciate all the gifts, small and large. We definitely do. You know, so there's a lot happening. And for me, I will share that I've been feeling the intensity of a shift in my own consciousness. I know many of you are. And everyone's shift is going to be different. It's not going to always be the same for the person next to you. You can put 10 people in a room, and 10 different types of things are going to happen to them because they're going to shift in 10 different ways. Do you thank you for the I thing? I feel now empowered. Thank you very much. Wow. Whew, that just like electrified me. I can't tell you. Thank you. Thank you so much. But, you put 10 people in a room, 10 people have different levels of consciousness, which is natural because someone might be at a higher level of consciousness than the person on the right or the left of them, but those other people are also going through an increased consciousness now. The whole planet's going through an increased consciousness now. Why is that? Because we're going to go to a major shift. Whatever your belief systems are that you've been taught, just throw them out the window. If you're willing to throw them out the window, just do it. Throwing your belief systems out the window is absolutely free. There's no cost to doing it. Just open the window and just throw those imaginary things out the window, clear your consciousness, and you'll be fine. There's nothing you need to do but do that. Because as we get more and more sightings happening, as more and more of these spaceships, they're not UFOs, the ones coming, out beyond our Earth, the ships that are coming from beyond our universe, the ships that are coming from the multiverse. That's right. I said multiverse. You see, the one thing the commander doesn't do is put things in a little box. The mistake human beings make on this planet is everything's compartmentalized in a box. That's the mistake. We have to create countries. At some point on Earth, there was no countries. Somewhere back in the billions of years of Earth history, there was a time when there was no countries. There was no, this is my land versus your land. This is my Earth versus your Earth. This is mine. This is yours. There was none of that. Some point in the billions of years of Earth history, we became somehow separated from everything, including the universe. We separated ourselves to the point where we divvied up countries, and therefore on Earth we created at some point in our history of billions of years conflicts, wars, control, countries, power, greed, religions, all this other stuff that wasn't ever there initially. Somehow it got created. Someone created it to separate everybody on this planet from each other. And, only on Earth could this be possible. Maybe not. Maybe it's been done before on other planets eons ago. Okay? Maybe. But now that we have put everything in separated areas, including countries and different things we do, everything has to be in a little neat box, right? Open the box up, throw everything around. It doesn't have to be neat anymore. It needs to be free. We need to be free. Cosmically free. Spiritually free. No more of this like, oh yeah, just going to go along with whatever you want to do, and we'll have separate countries, and this is, if I step over a borderline between one piece of country to another, isn't that kind of interesting? Let's say you go from the United States to Canada. Well, I'm at the border of New Hampshire and Canada, right? Quebec's on one side of the border in Canada, and I'm on the northern edge of New Hampshire. So I'm standing there. Let's say I stand there, right? So, I think I'll take a walk over to the other piece of land there, right across there. Oh, there's a border. You can't go there. There's a border. That's another country. Oh, I thought I was living on planet Earth. There's another country. Oh, you mean I can't just walk over to that tree over there and go to that ice cream shop on the other side of the border because there's a country? You mean I have to go through, a bunch of stuff? I have to show you some paperwork to get over to that other piece of Earth? I have to stay on this side of the Earth until I can get over there to that side, right? Really? What I'm trying to say is, all these things we've created are separations. We've created all these separations, and therefore, with separations, we separate from each other and from all other human beings by separating everything. On other planetary systems, brothers and sisters, there's no separation. Where my family comes from off planet, there's no separation. We live in harmony with the Creator, with the universe, with everything. Only on Earth do we separate everything. And Chris is right. They separate people so they can control them. Absolutely correct. You know. So I'm amped up tonight. I'm who knows where I'm going to go with this, but right now I'm speaking some truth. So if you're tuned into this show, it's being recorded, and I'm giving you some information. Always. We don't need borders. We don't need countries. We don't need any countries. All we need to do is embrace each other as humans, as Earth people. And if we can finally live as Earth people globally, then that's the beginning. It'll take some time, but then once we become Earthians instead of Americans and Russians and Chinese, and we're just humans that might speak 1,000 different languages, that's fine. But we all come together and embrace each other's, things that are similar about us. Maybe there's a person in Russia who's an artist. Maybe there's a person in America that's an artist. Maybe there's a person in Central America that's a painter. We have something in common with each other. We love to create paintings and artwork. You see, maybe someone is interested in healing in Russia. Or maybe someone's interested in healing in the United States or Canada or whatever. Just because they speak different languages doesn't mean that we can't come together on this planet. There's a lot of things that are similar. I would suspect most people on Earth want to live in peace. I think the media hypes up the violence on this planet and separates everybody. The news media lives for conflict, On this planet, the news media loves conflict. Any way they can create it, fear-based stuff, conflict. Sci-fi movies, conflict, fear. That's what they do. That's what they produce. Don't get me started, because I'm already started. See? And now, the thing is, people have to make a decision. Really, you do. Not for me. You don't have to make a decision for me. You have to make a decision for yourself, what you want. What do you want the planet to be like? What's the future? What is it? Do you know? Do you know what you really want? When the space people, which are here now, come in larger numbers, and they will, mark my words on that, they will. When that happens, what are you going to do? How are you going to represent yourself as an Earth person to a star person from another world? They're not better than you. They're just from the stars. The word star person, from the stars, from another world. They're not looking at themselves as being better than you. They want to interact with you, okay? When the star person comes to Earth, the star people want to interact with you. Do you understand where I'm going with this? And the star people are real. If anyone out there watching my show thinks they're not real, I will bust your matrix tonight. I will. I have no problem with it. I'll bust your matrix. If you want me to. Even if you don't want me to, I'll bust your matrix anyway. Hey, Mystic. Good to see you, Karen. So more and more now as I meditate, it's time to really talk about this stuff as we get closer and closer and closer to contact. And we are going to get closer and closer and closer to contact. You think a year and a half is far away, but it's not. A year and a half goes quick. Time is going quickly on Earth. Very quickly, do you know? Thank you, Darth Shadow. Thank you for the lightning bolts. Things are going very quick on Earth. Now, I do a lot of interviews, but I don't usually tell you what I think or what I understand. But tonight, man, I am going to go at it. Get it while you can. The commander is on the cosmic seat tonight. And if you're not watching this show, you're missing an opportunity. Hey, Sarah says. In our lifetime, and I've spent many years in this subject. Hey, Bonnie, thank you. In our lifetime, we've had many people contactees in the 60s. The beginning of contact was with the individuals that many of them are not alive anymore. They were the initial contacts with the space people. That's when it just started. After the nuclear explosions at Hiroshima and Nagasaki, the space people came here because we were threatening the universe. We did. We sent reverberations beyond Earth that affected every single life form and every single planet beyond Earth. If you weren't around in the 60s, you would not know this. Or during Hiroshima and Nagasaki, when that happened, that's when it reverberated and sent a message to the universe that, hey, look, there's a problem here. The Earth people are playing around with nuclear bombs. We have to come and stop it. The reason why this Earth is here right now, many of you don't know this, maybe some of you don't believe it. The reason why you exist is because the space people shut down all the nuclear power facilities during the Cold War. That's why this planet's still standing in one piece. You don't know this, but it's true. Thank God our planet is not going in pieces. This particular Earth is going to be having a good future. The parallel realities of another Earth might not be the same way. Okay? So over the years, and I've been to workshops, I've seen many different things happen here, that we are going to have a new reality, a new Earth, a transition from the old ways, which were limited in a 3D control mechanism, to a new way, which is not in that 3D control mechanism. Do you understand? So the commander's in a teaching mode tonight. I'll do some interviews, but you don't hear me talk too much. I'm usually asking questions. Not tonight. Tonight I'm going full blast here. Get it while you can, right? So as a human being, I look at my humanity and say, oh, I'm just a human being having a human experience. We all do that. But at the other level of it, of what is happening, I understand that I'm just not just a human being. You're not just a human being. But I go through the same emotions you do. There are days when I say, what's going on here? You know, why am I doing this? Why is it that all my life I've been involved in things of this nature, and things I never knew I'd be doing, I'm doing now? Why is that happening? You know, I said, why couldn't it have been another person in France or somebody over in Russia doing it? Why is it that I ended up being this person? You know, I asked that question because I'm just human. Part of me is just, you know, the human experience. Then I realized when I meditate, I keep feeling now more and more we're getting closer and closer to some events that are going to happen, that are going to affect the whole planetary system. The Earth is going to be affected. Hey, Irish, good to see you guys here. Thank you for the roses. We have so many things happening, folks. I don't know about your consciousness, but my consciousness is amping up constantly every day. You know, sometimes I have to try to turn it off just to take a break. You know, I'm getting bombarded with information. I know you are too. It's not just me, it's everybody. I see more people saying to me in messaging and other ways, Commander, I feel this is happening. You know, a lot more people are feeling the energy. It's coming in and it's being felt, and everybody's feeling it. If you're not feeling it, you know, allow yourself to feel. Everyone's feeling it. See? And pretty soon, I've said this to April recently, I told her on one of our shows, I said, I'm feeling now something is getting ready to happen. And I think that something is getting ready to happen. I know with the 5 of us, Johnny's here, Kit Kat's here, Chesno's here. You know, I'd like to bring them up. I'm going to try to bring all 3 of them up. I'm going to bring all 3 of them up if they're available. We are 4 of the 5. That includes April. And I want to see how they're feeling. So if Kit Kat, Chesno, and Johnny will join me here, there's a method to my madness with this. So if they come up, I will bring them up. Hey, for all relatives, welcome. There's something profound that's getting ready to happen. And I think it's going to happen within the next year, like in 2025. We might be going on the ship way sooner than I think. You see, I've never been on the ship. I was thinking about this today when I was working. You know, I never physically, with my eyes open, walked into the spaceship. in a conscious level. But I'm feeling it now. I'm feeling it right now. I mean, I'm feeling like there's going to be a day or a night when there's going to be a rift opening and they say it's time to go. It's time to go. I know that day's coming. Why is it saying so? That's weird on the screen there. But I don't know if Johnny and Chesno and Kit Kat are feeling the same thing. They know what I'm talking about. I know they do. When we are taken up with April on the ship, I know that it's going to be a life-changing experience. It's going to be something that's going to change me in ways that I don't even know yet. I know for Chesno and Kit Kat and Johnny, the same thing. Oh, Saturday, okay. Oh, not tonight, okay. All right, yeah, maybe Friday night. Yeah, we'll have you on Friday night. Maybe we'll do everyone Friday night. Chesno, Kit Kat. Also, Chesno, Kit Kat, and Johnny. So the way I look at it right now, I feel that it's imminent, that there's something going on, that the command has us in a situation. I feel the Astro Command, they need us. They were going to wait, but I think they need us sooner than later. And I like the feeling sooner. No, okay, so maybe we'll have you guys on Friday night. But I just know that there's something in the air. Something very profound is about to happen. I don't know when it is, but I feel it soon. I feel that they're going to need us to do some work soon, sooner than later. I've been mentally, for folks that don't know, and I'm sure Chesno and Kit Kat and Johnny have been also preparing for months. I've been mentally preparing for the day that I'm going to have to go on the ship. So it's like doing exercises. You know, when you do like push-ups or you lift weights or whatever, I've been mentally preparing my consciousness for the day in which I am taken off planet. I want to be prepared. I want to be centered. I need to be centered. Look, if you're going to go on a spaceship out off planet Earth, you want to be centered. Well, I feel pretty good. I got some algae going there. It's pretty weird, but we're feeling good. We're feeling very, very amped up, especially tonight. And I'm doing a lot of talking. Yes, I do, definitely. I meditate about sometimes an hour to a half hour. Hello says, I want to go on a spaceship. There's going to be a time for people. I know so many people would like to be able to go on the ships of light. When contact happens, and when that does happen, everyone will be reunited with our space family in general, and you'll be able to have that chance to go on that spaceship. It'll be a global thing after contact happens. That's when that will precisely happen for pretty much everybody. But before major contact happens, there's the group of 5, which Johnny, Kit Kat, Chesno, and myself with April will be eventually going on board the ship with April. If you've heard of April, if you've been on her lives, you know that she's documented hundreds of things up in Vermont. And we'll be doing that with her at some point soon. I believe sooner than later. Now, months ago, I was like, okay, it's going to happen what's going to happen. But now I'm feeling there's been a shift in time. What does that mean? There's been a shift in what's happening off planet. Something is happening that's going to make things rapidly occur that weren't occurring before. Hi, Alien Dal. Good to see you. I just don't know what it is yet, but I do keep feeling it. And I'm like, okay, what's going on here? But there is definitely a shift occurring right now that I feel is very, very, very important. I feel as though I'm looking and trying hard to witness contact. You'll witness it. You'll be part of it, you. Everybody will. As I always tell people, take a deep breath, relax, because when it happens, it happens. But I know everyone's feeling the intensity of what I'm talking about. That's why I'm talking about it. Because for days I've been feeling this. Okay? And as the world on the 3D world is falling apart, and it is basically falling, the 3D world is falling apart and it couldn't fall apart any sooner. But it is falling apart. And the people that want the 3D world to continue, they're going crazy. The 3D people in power, they're going nuts. They want the 3D world to be what it is. Virginia says, I have felt something was coming for quite some time. Sarah says, it will be awesome to see you broadcast to the world about contact. And that's another thing. I've been meditating and really going within about that. For people that don't know what's happening, it's public knowledge. We've talked about it with April on my show. The Ashtar Command, which I am part of, made a decision in their council meeting, physical meeting, that April was at when she was taken off planet over a month ago, that they wanted me to speak before the planet Earth. Now, I've never spoken before the planet Earth, but I don't think I'm going to have a problem as a person speaking before the whole planet of billions of human beings. People like George Stephanopoulos on ABC News is probably going to fall out of his chair in Good Morning America, and so is the rest of the crews of all these other TV stations. I have an encounter I would like to discuss. Oh, Goddess, we'll bring you up in a few minutes. I'll definitely be willing to do that. I'm going to follow you, Goddess, too. We'll definitely do that. You have a good smile there, Goddess. We'll bring you up in a few minutes. I'm just going to finish up this most important thing. Hey, Judy Jude. So, as has been stated, they are panicking. That's right. And as Sarah says, it's true. There'll be a time very soon, either between probably early next year. I don't know when specifically, what their plans are or when they're planning, because the space people they don't do things like we do in time. Like I can say it's 11 p.m. I need to be on here doing my live. The space family, the space people of the command they don't operate in that framework like we do. They don't do that. But I know that that's coming soon too. Way before contact, they're going to have me go on the ship when that happens. That's a very specific, separate situation than the five of us being on the ship, although we can all be on the ship when it happens too. I don't know what their plans are. All I know is that the council has decided that I'm going to be speaking before billions of people on Earth through a transmission on the ship. It'll be in the control room of the ship. They have a way to broadcast over every TV and radio station. I don't know about radio, maybe radio, but TV broadcast stations all over the planet. They have translators on the ship that you didn't know about. They can translate my voice into every single language, including the rarest language that I don't even understand what it is on the planet. Okay? So I don't feel pressure, but I feel a sense of obligation. I've never been in my life. I never thought in my whole life growing up as a person that I'd be in this situation I'm in right now in 2024. Never. I had my sightings, I had my contacts. I was awake. I figured, okay, eventually things are going to happen. Something's got to happen someday. Just like anybody else, something's going to happen someday. The fact of the matter is, I'm in a place now that I never imagined growing up as a kid I was going to be at. Honestly, I knew I was connected with the Ashtar Command. I knew there's a lot of things I've seen growing up with the ships, but I never thought I'd be here now in a situation where I'm going to eventually be on a spaceship with 4 Ashtar Command people behind me, speaking before billions of people on Earth, the whole planet. Just me, regular person me, right? At least I think I'm a regular person. I'm not like an egotistical person. I don't think I'm, just regular me, whatever that is. Sama, I think Muma says when. The space people tell me, that I understand it'll be before contact. So I don't know exactly, but I know within the next year and a half, we're going to be getting ready for contact. They will let me know, or they'll definitely let me know. Darlene Janelle says, I'm special. Thank you. But I'm so humble, I don't know that I'm special. You see, I always never say to myself that word for some reason, but I'll let you say it. Hey, Melody. And so I'll bring Goddess on in a minute. I just have to get all this stuff out that's in my consciousness here right now, so you know what's happening. I really do. I mean, but it's coming soon. When I speak before the people of Earth, I'm looking at that as I'm very humbled, you see. It's not going to my head, but I have been meditating on it and meditating. I have no idea what I'm going to be asked to tell the people of Earth or what they want me to say. But because of my media background, I have no fear of the camera. I did a TV show for a few years. I have no fear of speaking before people. Thank goodness I don't have to look at all the billions of people. I'll be on a screen or something and they'll be looking at me, but I won't see them. Well, that's good. I'll be on a screen, I won't see them. That's going to be interesting. I've never been on a ship broadcasting to the planet Earth from space, but that is going to be that's going to go down in galactic history when I get on that ship and do that. Even my closest friends in the UFO community that are well known are going to like, is that CmdrAleon? Is that the guy who was on Facebook posting all these times over the years? Is that truly somebody? He's wearing a spacesuit and he's talking to the people of Earth. I can't wait to do that. I think there'll be a sense of comic relief when that happens. Thank you, Chesno. You know, that's what I'm saying. All my life, all the books I've read about contactees, Billy Meyer, all these people, and here I'm in 2024 at the brink of going on a spaceship between now and 2026 and talking and speaking to the people of Earth and going over every single transmitter on the planet. Now, if that's not a trip, folks, I don't know what is. I mean, if that's not trippy, that is trippy. Really. That is trippy. So the folks that don't know what's happening, the Astro Command has agreed, the Council has agreed to have me speak as a representative to the whole planet. And that to me is an honor. You know, to me, that's like, I never ever thought in my whole life that would happen. You know what I mean? So at some point, you're not only going to, see me here on TikTok and you think this is a trip. This show took off like quickly when I got on here. Now, I have 230 people on here. Just think, I'm going to be broadcasting and we're going to have all the transmitters on Earth taken over and all the broadcast stations taken over. And you're going to hear a transmission clearly as you can see it on every broadcast network with me talking to billions of people. Yeah. It hasn't changed me. I'm still me. I have a sense of humor. I love everybody. I always will love everybody. I feel a sense of obligation that's more serious than it was before. You see. I was on Facebook forever doing my thing. I still have my Ashtar groups there. I've been very, very committed to my work and to the liberation of the planet. I got my title. It's not so much a title. The word commander means command of my own spirit. So when we use the word command, it doesn't mean that I'm a commander of a military terminology. Good question. It means I have complete control of my cosmic spirituality. No one can control me. No one ever does. Anyone who tries to control me, I'll bust their matrix in 2 minutes. Just like I don't want anyone to control anybody else. I want everyone to be in command of their own cosmic spirituality. My definition of commander is totally different than the Earth-based term commander. It means I am in command of my spiritual beingness. Okay, Goddess, I hope to have you on another time. I appreciate it. I am following you. I'll be on tomorrow night if you happen to be on. Definitely would welcome you. Let me see who's here now. Goddess, you're still here. I'm going to see if I can. You're still there. I had to bring you up on the spaceship here tonight. Hey,
hello.
Goddess, how are you?
Hi, I'm well. I just wanted to share with you, I'm actually going to hypnosis. I think it's next Friday to kind of unlock what I experienced. But basically, in a nutshell, I was in Flagstaff, Arizona, and where I was staying was like a very, very desolate place. Like there wasn't many houses around. It was just this one Airbnb. And the woman who owned it had said that prior to, because it was very old, and I asked, like, did you inherit this? And she said, actually, it was an entire family that inherited it, but it sits above a cemetery. And so it was like, okay. So the first night was really weird because I was hearing these noises that the only way that I can describe it is like a trumpet or like a vacuum mixed with a trumpet. I was like hearing this really like whoosh, whoosh, weird sound.
Like a whooshing sound. Yeah.
Yeah. And it was just me and my girlfriend that were staying there. And she was sleeping across, it wasn't a huge house, but there was long hallways. And later, I think it was maybe around 2:00 in the morning, I got her up and I'm like, do you hear that sound? And she's like, yeah, I hear it. But she almost like didn't seem like she really believed it. Anyway, so she went back to sleep. The next night I was out and I decided to go do a walk by the water, and it was very small lake, and I saw lights up in the sky.
Wow.
And I wasn't sure, because the first thing you do is like, is it a plane? Is it anything that's reality?
Right. Conventional reality, yeah.
But it seemed it was like green at the bottom and then blue coming out. So there was like definitely a green, like a bright green thing. Yeah. And so that scared me. So I took off back to the house. And the weird thing is that the time from where I saw it, I was like paralyzed in fear, to the time that I got back, the time didn't make sense. Like it was like time went, like I lost time.
You lost time. I was going to say that. You felt like you lost time?
Yes. And that's where I realized something's not right, but I couldn't explain it because I didn't know how to describe that I was at a place. I see these lights. I run back in the time. I tried explaining that to my friend, but she's like, but the time, she just didn't get it.
Right. So
it was that night that I was laying down and I heard trees, but loud
really?
tree noise. Yes. And, you first think like, is it the wind? Is there a storm coming? It's in the middle of the mountains. Well, the next morning when I went out there, some of the trees that lead down to where the water is the branches were on the floor.
Really?
And it was only like where the water was. And I don't know if they're attracted to water or if they need it for source. I don't know. All I know is that the trees leading down to the water were completely broken off and nowhere else.
Really? Interesting.
Yes.
That sounds to me like a spaceship came really low. Actual spaceship, a solid object.
Yeah, that's what I don't know. That's what I was wondering what you thought. But
okay, I'll tell you what I think.
Okay.
It was absolutely a spaceship. The whooshing sound is common. Some people have heard whooshing sounds of a spaceship when they're coming low. It has a whooshing, like a.
Okay.
That's like, I can't really do the actual sound that well, but when I'm listening to stories, I read into your story, and what happens is I'm visualizing a spaceship. It was pretty big, coming down, and it was probably, let me just close my eyes here. It had like a saucer bottom to it. It was like a bowl shape at the bottom, and it was a saucer type ship, probably big enough to be bigger than 4 houses put together. And so
it was a big area of those trees that were broken.
Yeah, it came down. I don't know what had happened. I believe it probably, I think it actually landed for a moment because it came down to the ground level. It might have been hovering. I don't know what its purpose was, but it was definitely an off-planet spaceship. It wasn't from this reality.
Okay. Yeah, because I wasn't sure if you could read into that or not, because that was one thing that I had heard about. But what do you think about this? So this was the last night that we stayed. We were supposed to have one more night. My friend ended up staying. I left. The last night is again when I noticed time difference, but I woke up paralyzed. Like I could not move my body. But the
Okay.
craziest thing is that I could, and I know this is going to make me sound crazy.
You're
I
not
could hear
crazy.
voices, like it was almost like I was having having a conversation with somebody that wasn't there.
Okay.
And the morning of when we had breakfast, my hearing was off. Like I could, when my friend was talking, it was almost like it was echoing.
Hmm.
And my audio, like my hearing was completely off until I got out of there, which was about a 3 hour drive back into town. And then I did a 6 hour, so 10 hours,
Now, where you were staying, were there other people there, or was just you and your friend?
just me and my friend.
And you said she left and you stayed.
No, I left and she stayed.
Oh, you left and she stayed. So she was by herself.
Because she's from the area, so it wasn't
So
much for her to stay there.
she felt comfortable because she didn't care.
Well, she didn't know. She thought that I had lost my mind.
So she did. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, we know we know you didn't do that. I mean, I can tell you this. So it sounds like you had missing time. From the time what you call missing time, what time was that? Can you explain that?
So the first time when I was by the lake, I had gone there at sunset. It was about 6 o'clock. By the time that I got back, my friend was saying that it was nine something.
Really? This was a couple hours.
Yes. And I was just going down to the lake to watch the sunset. And by the time that I got back, it was late. I mean, it was dark, but again, she didn't understand what I was trying. I didn't know how to explain it.
Right. Well, I mean, how could you? I mean, what you were going through. So yeah, I mean, I get a sense that you were abducted. What year was this?
This was just 2 years ago.
2 years ago. Okay. Since 2 years, have you had any other experiences like a possible missing time or anything like that happening?
Well, the time thing has happened a few times.
Yes.
I have woken up several times, like paralyzed, like where
Really?
yes, that's happened to me a lot. And that's what actually got me to book the appointment with the hypnosis, whatever you call them, hypnotherapist. And that's what made me, because that's my biggest issue, is that I still wake up where it's like I know that I'm awake, but it feels like I am asleep, but I can't move. And it's usually after I've had some sort of dream about that trip, or
About
it's
that trip.
relative, like I have dreams about aliens now. And the craziest thing to me is that in my mind, like when I have these dreams about aliens, they don't look like the alien emoji or like what
Yeah.
you see in the drawing. They
what do
look
they look
different in my
like?
dreams.
Can you tell us what they look like, our audience?
Okay, so now I'm not saying this is them. I'm just telling you what my dream
Okay.
was.
No. We'll go with that. Yeah.
Okay. In my dreams, they're about five, like all of them are about 5 feet. They're shorter than me, but not tiny. They do have big eyes, but their face is more oval, if you will.
Okay.
And I don't think they have ears in my dream. I should draw them is what I should do.
Yeah, you should draw them.
And they all in my dream are thin, but their skin is like translucent. It has like a grayish color, but it's translucent in a way.
Translucent, okay.
And I don't know. That's just a dream.
Well, you think it's just a dream. Let me explain something here.
Okay.
When people tell me these kind of stories, they're not dreams. What you're having well, there could be some sleep paralysis involved, but based on what you're telling me now, I believe you've been being abducted more than once. In the dream, what you consider a dream, when you're seeing those beings that are about 5 feet tall, oval-shaped heads, big eyes, not a dream. It's made to be looked like a dream, and actually, in what you're having is an abduction experience. And let me just do this here. You're having an abduction experience, and they're making it sound like a dream. You see?
Okay.
And believe me, folks, when I say this to the audience, I know what I'm talking about. I've been in this subject for years, probably more years than some of you have actually had a chance to get into the subject. So, and I've never had abductions. I've always connected to the star people. But I can tell you that you are having abductions when these things happen. Do they? My friend Chesno is asking, in the dreams, do any of them have hair, like hair on the head or anything, or no hair?
I don't I don't remember them having hair.
Okay, that's important. Chesno, thanks for that question. That's an important question. Um, so as you're having these dreams, you're having what's the last dream you've had of them recently of these ETs?
It's been probably actually I know when it was. It was after the first of the year.
The first of this year
Because my kids were on winter break, and that's
on
why I
winter
can't
break.
remember like specific. That's why I need to draw them, even though I'm not a good artist. But at least I know what it
Hmm.
looks like
Yeah.
because I don't remember if they have hair or not. But from
Hmm.
my recollection, I can't. I don't
Hmm.
believe that. I think that's something I would have remembered.
So one of the things I've been gifted to do, as I don't know how much you've watched my show in time, but I'm not really from Earth. I am human. I have a job and I do Earth-based stuff because I live here. I did have Earth-based parents, but I am from off planet and I work with the beings called not beings, my star family called the Ashtar Command. I don't know if you've heard of that. They are the positive space people throughout the universe. They're the opposite of what these other beings with the oval heads look like that are doing abductions to people. So if you're willing to, I've been gifted just recently with the ability to do some healing work on my show, and I've done this remotely before I knew I had this information, but they've amped up my abilities from the spaceship. And if you want to, I can do some work. If you close your eyes, we will work on making sure you don't get abducted again.
Okay, yeah, right now.
Yes, right now I'll do
Okay.
this.
So before
This will
you do
be
that,
yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask. So if they are abducting me, which you're saying they are, and I believe you, that means that they're negative because I only saw you for the first time last night
Okay.
and then just right now. I've never seen you
Okay.
before.
Well, I'm glad you're here. So welcome to the tribe of people that are finding me.
Thank you.
I'm not like a newbie. I have a background. I know what I'm doing. So I've helped a lot of people, but now I'm just going to be able to do this. They've get me up to do this specific thing, and I'm not doing the other thing I was doing because it takes away from the work that the command has to do to help our planet. So I'm gonna be able to do this. Actually, it's the second time I'm going to be testing this ability out to help somebody. So I want you to close your eyes. I want you to take a deep breath in and breathe out of your nostril a couple of times till you feel relaxed. And again, we'll thank the Ashtar Command, specifically Robar, for working on my consciousness the other night off the ship. That's my space father, for people that don't know that. Okay. And as you keep your eyes closed, I'm going to work through the palm of my hand. I'm going to, whatever they've done to me, I'm going to ask to activate through my arm an energy of healing energy to your consciousness. Keep your eyes closed, please relax. I'm going to work on your consciousness clearing whatever they did, any implants they did. We're going to scan your whole physical body, your etheric body. And if there's any implants, we're going to heal you and take those implants out and give them back to the creator. I'm not going to hold on to anything with this new energy that they've given me to help people with. I'm just going to do this. I'm going to clear your consciousness. We're going to put a protection once we clear everything, a protection around you. I'm putting a protection around you to prevent you from being abducted, from any more negative ETs of these type, or any negative ETs. I'm going to work on your consciousness. I'm working on your forehead right now. I have an image of your forehead. And if you feel anything, let me know. I'm doing a lot of work right now.
Just my head and neck just feel relaxed.
Yes. I don't know. All I know, they amped me up with healing abilities, and I'm actually never used these before. And you're the first person I'm able to happily help out, and hope that what I'm doing is going to stop whatever's been happening with these abductions. How do you feel?
I feel relaxed.
Good. You're not going to have any more abductions anymore.
Okay.
I'm still learning about what I'm doing here. I know what I'm doing. I'm just learning what this is that I'm doing. But you won't have any abductions anymore.
Okay.
Your dreams are going to be clear. Matter of fact,
Thank
close your
you.
eyes for a moment. Just one more minute. We're going to shift your dreams from being abducted ever again to dreams of galactic peace and harmony. In the future, your dreams will be all connected to the galactic levels of light, never to have any more dreams of being abducted ever. Do you understand?
Yes.
I think you're healed of that whole situation.
Thank
I can see it in your energy field. Your energy field shifted. It's much brighter now.
Okay. I feel a lot lighter.
You are.
Okay. Well, I'll keep you posted. Do you think I should cancel that hypnosis?
Yes. A part of me says yes. I don't think you need to bring back, well, I don't think you need to have those memories anymore. I think you are on a new journey. I think that you need to expand into your new consciousness. And I think you need to meditate on it. It's going to be your decision, not mine. I personally would say what the hypnosis will do is maybe help you remember things that happened to you. I'm not sure if that's something you want to do or not, but that's up to you to make the decision.
Yeah, maybe I think I'm going to cancel it and see how this goes because you're right, like bringing it to the surface again, it might come to my subconscious or something.
Yeah, I would stay away from the hypnosis.
Okay.
I wouldn't want you to bring back something that was negative into your consciousness. Since we just got done doing this, the last thing I want to see happen is the reverse of that. So I would say, yeah, don't go back to hypnosis. That would be my spiritual decision, my spiritual advice.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to follow that then.
Okay?
Okay, well, thank you so much. I appreciate your time and your healing, and I'll be in the chat for a bit.
Well, I'm glad to have you as a friend, and now you're part of a whole group of good people here. So everyone, thank Goddess. I want to thank you for taking a chance with me and coming up here.
Yes,
So
thank you, everyone.
And this is not your typical, UFO show where I wear a suit and tie and talk to like former generals. I can care less about those people. I care about you and everybody here who's watching this show. So thanks for coming on. You've been a blessing.
Thank you so much for your time and healing. I appreciate it.
Oh, you're most welcome. You're most welcome.
Okay,
I'm going to
bye-bye.
bring her down. All right. And that was our first guest. And I thank her for being here. And I'm glad I'm able to help her. That's what I do, folks. That's part of my talk show host. I am the talk show host of a UFO show, but this is not your typical UFO show. You'll never see me wearing a suit and a tie. I'd probably be choked with the tie on, and I would be like, what the heck am I doing wearing a three-piece suit? Not me, never, ever, and you can show your love for the show and what I do by gifting. You can go to my Venmo account, which is on here on my main profile page. Go to my Venmo link and make a donation. That helps support me really quickly. If you support what we're doing, it's a lot of work. We do it constantly. There'll be a night when I take the night off. I have to sometimes relax just to regenerate myself with all the stuff I'm doing. I also need to regenerate too, just like everybody else. So We really appreciate all the gifting that's going on tonight, all the love and everything. And we're at almost 75,000. We're very happy about that. And we're glad to have you all with us. And I always like to say one thing. It's very important to me that I love everybody out here. I love all the viewers out here around the world. And I truly mean that. When I say I love you, that comes from my heart. Because without you, we wouldn't be here. Without each other, we're not here. You know, we have to love each other, right? That's the whole part of the new earth, is that we all start to love each other, even if we're strangers at first. We're no longer strangers. Now on my show, everyone gets to know everybody, and we're like one big happy cosmic family here. Thank you, Kit Kat. Hi, hey, Darlene. You know, you can do that for sure. And with all these abilities, this new ability that the command gave me a few nights ago, I'm still working with it. I will get used to it, but I'm going to use it when I need to. I won't use it whenever. In most cases, I won't use this ability unless I really have to help somebody. But my whole goal is to be very, what's the word for it? I'm going to use it when it's very specifically needed. Thank you, Golden Bear. I appreciate that. And, you know, we'll do some more interviews too. If anyone out there has had be it an abduction, or whether you've had, hey, Sloan, thank you for the hat, Tahar. I don't know why the hat's not showing up on the screen like that, but definitely thank you. If anyone has had Sonia, thank you, has had good idea, Goddess. If anyone else has had any positive experiences too, I mean, I deal with abductions. Thank you, Yu. I deal with people who've had abductions, people that are having contact experiences. Do I have videos of the ships? I don't have my own videos, but there are videos on my main page of a lot of really good videos people are taking around the world that you can check out on my main page. Thank you, Sarah says. Thank you. That's new. I've never seen that before. Thank you for that gift. That's pretty cool. Thank you very much. Doris the chicken. What a name, Doris. I want to make contact. Doris the chicken wants to make contact. Meditation, Doris. Meditation. Get into the groove of a meditation, like the word Om or You. That's the more powerful words. And get into meditation, Doris. And center yourself in Christ consciousness, cosmically speaking, and eventually you will have contact. You will. Hey, Kiss Strat. Good to see you, Nora Zora. Thank you for the roses. Thank you, Nora. Steph, thank you for saying beautiful. It's just good to see everybody coming together here. And Brim says he saw me on a ship. He said I did not have glasses on and I had a gold, blue, white suit. Hey, all right, Brim. Just wait till I go on the Ashtar ship and I'm making that broadcast around the world. I'm going to be wearing a space suit. I think the space, I don't know what color the spacesuit is. Suit is. I'll have to ask April. She goes on the spaceship with the suit on. I forgot. I thought it was a bluish color suit, but I'll have to find out. You know? So it's good to have everyone here, and it's a good day to be here. It's actually morning, 12:13 a.m. morning. So we'll be here till 1 a.m. So we have a whole another 45 minutes of live here. And in that live, if there's any new people that want to share their stories, and I mean that for sure, if you're a contactee, I'd love to hear your story. You know, you can come on. You have to be over 18, no kids on the show, no vaping, no smoking, no cursing, foul language, no paranormal discussion. Everything is centered really specifically in the cosmic galactic realm on this show anyway. Okay? So welcome. Oh, Al's been on my show the other night. You know, Al's been on my show. He was a beautiful soul. We had a great interview. Alisha says I had numerous strange dreams about other beings, odd ones, the things I've seen. Alisha, I want to follow you. Alisha, can you change your setting? Alisha, can you change your setting to public? I'd love to interview you, Alisha. Alisha said, I've had numerous strange dreams about other beings, odd ones, the things I've seen. So, Alisha, we want to get you up here. Just change your setting. Tell me when you've changed it, and I'm going to bring you up here as a guest. Okay, Alicia's going to change her setting. Can ETs manipulate time? I'm probably sure that ETs can definitely manipulate time. I don't know that for a fact, but I would think they could. So we're going to have Alisha on next. She's going to be right back, go into her settings, come back in, and then I'm going to bring her on the show as our second guest. You're watching Encounters, the #1 spiritual talk show on here on social media. Welcome to the show, everybody. Good to have all the new people coming in here. And we'll definitely do some more interviews. This show is being recorded on TikTok. This show will be also on my YouTube channel. If you missed any part of it, on my YouTube channel, Astro Command Spaceship News. Nancy Rodriguez, thank you very much for the follow, Nancy. We appreciate you very much. Thanks for coming in as well. All the new people coming in here. Sassafras 2020. Hey, Sassafras. We're almost at 100,000. That's really good. We're actually ahead of our goal, almost near our goal. Yeah, we'll do definitely another interview at some point, Al. I'm going to kind of go with the groove and kind of mix it up a little bit here tonight. But maybe we'll bring you back on Friday night and we'll do something with that. And I really appreciate you, Al. You really were a great interview the other night. We appreciate your story too. User 2123. Okay, now Alisha, we're going to bring Alisha back. Alisha is our third guest. Alisha, just there we go.
Well, hello.
And
good
to have you with us. And my screen is saying bright. It's not going dark on me tonight. For some reason, it's working. So, Alisha, where are you located?
So I'm in Canada.
Oh, welcome. Yeah, good to have you with us.
Thank you. I'm in Ontario, like near Toronto.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I know what that is. So
Yes.
tell us about when these dreams started. I'm very interested.
So I'm actually going to turn 53. So I've had these recurring dreams. Like these dreams are recurring. But it's always different scenarios. I always see like things and they keep reoccurring these. But I haven't had a dream like that in a long time. But it was like this happened, I think, in my maybe late 20s.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a lot of weird things happen to me. So I'll just quickly tell you about one specific dream. It was crazy. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So I was talking to another being, but I couldn't see it. It was like it was invisible. I couldn't see it, but I was talking to it. And then it handed me like this kind of black bean shaped thing. And he's like, you gotta eat this. And I'm like, okay. I was so scared. I was like, okay. So I pretended to eat it, but I didn't. I put it in my mouth. And then all of a sudden I ended up in a room. Okay, just a room with 4 walls and the ceiling. So the ceiling was like, you know when you look at the water and it's sort of like waving, like the heat?
Yeah.
And you can see that waviness, like
that waviness, like in the atmosphere.
Right. So it was like on the top of the ceiling. And then I noticed that like it was sucking me up there. And then I just woke up. I just woke up. Really weird.
When you said it was sucking you up there, I get the feeling that you were being abducted.
Maybe, possibly, because I woke up before I went into that portal or whatever it was. I don't know.
No, I think it was some sort of a portal. Did you see? And so this being, what does this being look like again that you were just expressing?
I couldn't see him at all. I couldn't see it at all.
But you heard the voice. They spoke to you? The being spoke to you?
Yes, they handed me this like black bean shaped thing to eat. It was weird.
Right.
A small
and
thing.
Did you have like a interactive communications and saying why did it want you to eat this thing?
I chose not to eat it because I was scared. I didn't know what it was.
Yeah, of course.
So I
Yeah, I
mean, I
go
pretended
ahead.
to, but I didn't.
Yeah. No,
Yeah.
I'm glad you didn't eat it. I'm just kind of curious what the purpose was of this being telling you to eat something that you can't even see the being.
I know I don't know. It's very
And,
odd. Very odd.
and this is
And
happening, and this happened in your dream state, correct?
yes, correct.
And then this
And
wavy thing you were being sucked into, you somehow prevented yourself from going through it, correct?
yeah, like on the ceiling. It was like on the ceiling. It was like
On the
another
ceiling.
dimension. It was trying to
Yeah,
make
it's
me.
basically,
Yeah,
yeah, it's a portal, it's an opening.
right. And
So,
then
but
I woke
somehow
up.
you prevented yourself from, you woke up out of the dream.
That's crazy. Yeah, that's
Well, I don't think it was a dream. I don't think it was a dream at all. I think you were actually being taken by some ETs, and somehow you prevented yourself from going, and you woke up out of it. I don't know how you did that, but you did.
Yeah, I have a lot
Good.
of. I have the weird. I mean, I have the horrific dreams like majority of the time. I don't understand why, but and then I've had other dreams too where I was like I ended up like I was just this is so weird. I don't know how to explain this. There's another dream too I had and I was on the ship, like in a ship. And this ship, all I saw on the ship was like actually I entered, the door opened, I went inside, but everything was like really dark in there, but it had like all these bright lights and like gadgets and like on a plane where you have all those things to
Right.
control everything,
Right.
those
The
type of
controls. Yeah.
things. And then I noticed that I was sitting on the ship in front of it, but I can't explain this, but I was like shifting to other places like real quick and things
Wow.
that I've never seen before. Yeah, I don't understand that. It was really wild.
Now, when you were on the ship in this dream, which I always say the cosmic dreams are realities, meaning that they're not really, like a regular dream would be like a marshmallow jumping on an umbrella or something, or a tomato jumping on an orange, or some crazy dream like that. Your dreams are very clear. You're on a spaceship now. All these lights are all over the place. Did you see any types of beings or space beings or anything on the ship?
No, because I was actually controlling the ship myself.
You were controlling the ship.
Yes, I walked in and I sat in the front, and then I just started like touching the gears and all that, and then I ended up like moving, like going from one place to another place really quick, and it was always different. It was always different scenes. Like the atmosphere was weird.
Have you ever meditated to focus on where like who you are? I mean, we know that you are an Earth-based person, but maybe there's other parts of you that are like a starseed, like you're from off planet. And what some of these dreams are memories, like the one you're on the ship being the command person in control of the ship. Did you ever think of yourself as possibly coming from another world or from beyond Earth?
I do. I feel like I am. Yeah, I do. Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah, because I get the feeling you're a starseed. I don't know exactly. You know what a starseed is?
I mean, I've heard about it, but I think I know what it is. But it would be nice if you can explain it to me.
Okay, yeah, I've actually defined it last year. So there's all these people that use the word starseed. So I'm going to explain it for people in the audience who might not even know what it is either. So a starseed is you're born here. You have like family members, your mother, father when you were a kid. You're older now as a human being, but we have family of relatives and whatever. So a starseed is someone that volunteers to be here, born into an Earth family, Earth human family. But what you are is somebody that came from another star system and another planet. That's how I define a starseed. Very simply, you came here to volunteer here, whether you remember it or not. You come into human form here. You have a human family here, but really, you are coming here from beyond the Earth. So whether you realize or where you remember where that thing is you came from, you will, as you tune into yourself, you will find out where that is. That's what a starseed is. So if you feel like you're a starseed, your connection to having these dreams, like being on a spaceship in control of it, that's because you come from the stars and you're getting bits and pieces of your own memory back regarding your galactic memory, which is a very important thing.
Wow, that's fascinating.
See,
Thank you for explaining that.
yeah, that's what a starseed is for people watching the show. I want everybody to know what a starseed is. That
That's
is really important.
amazing. Oh, and then I had another dream, if you don't mind. I'll just tell you
Yeah.
the dreams. So then I had another dream that like I saw like Earth, like everything was chaotic, like there was like explosions, like the sky was like stuff was like there was like it looked like a war. I don't know how to explain, and everybody was running and I
Hmm.
was running. And then I noticed that I looked at the water and I was like near the water. And
Yeah.
then what I noticed was from the water there was like these black oval like shapes coming from the water, like underneath the water and coming
Hmm.
up into the water. Like it was all these black circles,
Yeah.
that were just coming from the water and rising. It was
Hmm.
wild. And then I was running and I would see like, things shooting from the sky, people running, and then I ran into this house. It was, I don't know how to explain this. This is wild,
Yeah.
man.
No. Well, I'm glad you came on to share this because I always believe that certain dreams tell a story. There's what you call regular dreams and then what I call cosmic dreams. Your stories of your dreams are what I call on the cosmic dream scale, which are different than a regular dream. So I
Yeah.
appreciate Alicia from Canada. I appreciate you coming up here.
Well, thank you so much. Can I just say one more thing that happened to
Oh,
me?
absolutely. Yeah,
Okay,
absolutely. Go ahead.
one more. I'm sorry. I don't mean to take up all your time.
Don't be sorry. It's not like we're on a schedule here. But go ahead.
Okay, that's true. That's true. But I mean, maybe other people want to talk to, right? So I don't want
Right.
to. Right. Okay. So this is like probably in my 20s, like my late 20s to my early 30s. And I had this condo and I was living there, but I found that place was really weird. Like everybody would
Hmm.
say, this place is a little bit strange. It was very strange. And I was
Right.
listening to the lady that was here earlier about that. I would hear like every day outside of my condo, I would hear that
Hmm.
woofing sound like that.
Oh, the
Woo.
wishing thing. Yeah, everyone's talking about the
Yeah.
wishing thing. You go ahead.
I would hear that all the time. It was like, what the hell is that? Like, it was this is weird. Anyway, so
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
remember one time I had a couple of people over my house. Like I had these
Hmm.
guests. We were on the balcony and we were looking up at the sky. And I was talking about other beings and aliens and all that stuff. Like we're just
Yeah.
getting into that, right? Because it's always fascinated me. This stuff it has.
Yeah.
And at that time I had a green lava lamp. Okay, like a green lava lamp. And then we went back into my living room. And then my lava lamp, I am not kidding you. I even took a picture. I don't have the picture now, unfortunately. The
Hmm.
lava lamp transformed into a gray alien. Big
Are you
head,
serious?
not joking. A big head, arms were open, a very small torso, and very long and skinny legs.
Really? That
Yeah.
is interesting. Now this wasn't in a dream. This is actually when
This
you
is
were awake.
reality. This happened in my condo. Yeah,
Okay.
people saw it
In
and
your
they're like, "What
condo.
the heck?"
That
Yeah.
is, and that's an amazing story right there. That's amazing.
My friends were freaked out. They're like, "What the heck?"
Yeah, a
We were
lava
just
lamp
talking
turning
about that.
into a Zeta ET. That's very, very interesting. No one's ever said that before on my show.
Yeah,
Wow,
it happened to me. It happened to me. I've had several things happen to me, and
wow.
and I'm extremely intuitive. Like my intuition is pretty
You're
like
an intuitive person. Yeah,
very, and I can like predict things. It's crazy. Anyways, yeah.
interesting. Well, thank you so much, Stargirl. Thank you,
Thank
Alicia.
you.
Thank you for coming on here and sharing some of your stories. I appreciate it. You're now part of our global tribe here. So welcome to the journey on
Thank you
Encounters.
so much for
All
your
right.
time. Appreciate
Uh,
everything. Thank you
all
so
right,
much.
Alicia. Thank you. We're going to bring
Okay.
Alicia down gently. I'm going to bring, let's see, I'm going to see here. I'm going to see if I can bring this person up here. If they're still here, I'm going to bring them up. So we'll see if they're still here. I'm pressing the guest button. Hello, hello, hello. Let's see what happens. They were here. Hopefully they're here. We're just waiting to see. I just pressed the button to to see if they are here, unless they disappeared. Let's see. Okay, I just sent him a message to come up, and we'll see if we get them up here or not. Let's see what happened here. And we welcome everybody to the show. Let's see. Let's see. I'm going to try to do this thing. I'll bring them on air. Oh, wait. That's not what I want to do. You didn't miss anything. I was not on last night. I was not on, actually. Let's see here. So we'll see if we get them on the air. This is CmdrAleon. You're watching Encounters, the late night spiritual UFO talk show. And we're live and direct here, broadcasting all over the world. So welcome to the show. Jody K, welcome. Everybody coming in here. I just saw April here a minute ago, unless they took her on the ship. She was here just moments ago. I was going to bring her on next, and I don't know where she is now. But I just sent her a message that I wanted to bring her on live to the program. April is like a sister. She's part of our group that's that's going to be going together on the ship of the Astro Command in the next number of months or into next year at some point. Dribble, I think it's Dribble Bits. Can you tell me what your story is a little bit before I bring you on? I'd be interested to know. Yeah, I was on last night. I didn't go live last night. I fell asleep and it was too late. But yeah. And I'm just looking at the notes. Dribble, can you tell us a little bit about has Shy been? I haven't heard from Shy lately. I did try to look for her, but yeah. Starts from 1987 and goes up until 7 years ago. Okay. Give me a moment here. I'm just randomly looking at things here. I'm going to go backwards on my thing. And I'm going to try to do this thing here. Hold on a minute. I'm going backwards. Okay. And I just sent a guest request to the ethers to see what happens here. Oh, good. Okay. I just did TikTok. I did what I said I was going to do. I said to invite. I did the invite. So we'll see what happens. Just thank you for the gift, Starflyer, for the roses. I appreciate it. I appreciate everybody. Nora, thank you. Everyone's a blessing on this show. Every single person is. The Watchers came to help us. Stargirl. You're on the road. Okay. When you get home, let me know. When you get home, you're on the road right now. I didn't know that. Well, April, well, if you're home before 2 a.m, and if you don't make it home after 1, that's all right too. She's on the road. While she's on the road, we're going to bring Star up here. No problem.
Hello.
Drive safely. Hey, Star, how are you, Star Girl?
I'm well. Hello, everybody.
Good to have you with us. And let us know where you're at, where you're located.
I am in Newark, New Jersey.
Newark, New Jersey. All right. Mm-hmm. And can you tell us a little bit about your background? When you had things happen with you in terms of the galactic or UFO ET stuff?
Well, I always knew that I was different because I always felt like I didn't fit in anywhere, and that everyone around me was like, it's going to sound bad, but I always
No.
felt like, why aren't people trying to be the best versions of themselves? You know,
Mm-hmm.
why are they like worrying about what people think and not being honest? And I
Mm-hmm.
usually was made fun of from a very young age for just
Really?
trying to
Well,
be like good. So it's
hey,
like,
look, that happens with good people. Like people make fun of you, but in the end, you're the one who is a better person. So you sound like you're in a good space. So tell us about your encounters or what's been happening with visitations. I got a feeling you got a story to tell.
yes. So I randomly get I don't like to call them dreams because they're not dreams.
Mm-hmm.
They're more like dream visions.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And one night, a lot of times when these dream visions happens, it's like a mix with what's in my memory layered with another world, like mixed together.
Yeah, yeah, I got you.
Okay, so in this dream, I was in my house and I went downstairs to go to the kitchen, and
Mm-hmm.
the back door is one of those like glass sliding doors.
Mm.
So all you just usually have like the long blinds or something covering that so people can't look in your house and stuff.
Right, right.
So I pulled the shades to the side and oh my goodness. All right, do you remember Star Trek way like the
Yeah,
one with the Enterprise and how it used to just appear out of nowhere?
yeah.
Okay, so it was like that. But they were coming out of these portals and
Mm-hmm.
they were like lined up like I don't even know how many, but it was like a mass of them, and the ships were like super high tech,
Mm-hmm.
like various
Oh,
colors. It was just like I can't even describe the colors of the portals they was coming out, how fast they were just
mm-hmm.
appearing, and how many were just lined up when I looked in the sky. So I
Yeah.
was like in awe of that.
And let the people just let Al know portals are not invisible. When a portal opens up, it opens up so you can go through
Hmm.
it. There's a ring around the portal.
Yes.
So portals aren't invisible ever. They're never invisible. They'll just open up. The ones that are the galactic portals where the ships come in and out, those are very, very visible, just to let you know. And also for everybody else who wants to know that about, portals that are, related to that. So you see all these ships coming through a portal,
Their own different portals. And they would
different
just
portals. Okay.
pop up and like, but the portals were so pretty. There were so many different colors. It was so
Mm-hmm.
beautiful. I can't even describe how beautiful it
Mm-hmm.
was. And then and it was like a sound every time they came out, like, and it just like appeared out of nowhere. It was like a sound that I can't even describe that.
Yeah. Yeah.
But
And
yeah,
and
go
what
ahead.
what year did this start happening when you started having these kinds
Oh
of
man, the
experiences?
first time I got a dream vision to let me know I was different, I was 15.
You were 15 years old when you had a dream vision.
Mm-hmm.
So what you're calling a dream vision, and I read energy of people, you're having cosmic experiences, as I've stated to other people, that your dream is not really a dream, but you're actually in some way elevated to a vibrational pattern where you're experiencing this in real time.
Yeah.
Do you understand what I
Yeah,
mean?
I totally feel
Yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah, you are. It's not a dream. You're really having, at that moment, what you're considering a dream is actually a reality.
Oh my God. I wish I would have thought of this dream and tell you first, but I already told you this one. So I'm gonna just finish with this story.
Go ahead.
So then one of the ships, it like came down from the sky and like morphed into like a beat up looking abandoned school bus. There was like one of the wheels was falling off. It just looked like it always been there.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Mm-hmm.
like, what kind of I don't know what you call it. What's the word? It's not cloaking, but when it
Cloaking, when a ship is invisible, you mean?
no. It's like when I forgot the word to use for it, but when it like blends in to look like it's
Oh, like
always been there.
Oh, like it can blend in and look like a tree when it's not a tree?
The only way
Disguised.
I don't have the words right now because I'm like
And
blanking
Anna's
out.
saying one of my it's like a disguise, a shapeshift, a
Yes,
disguise.
yes,
Okay.
yes. It was like a total disguise, but
Mm-hmm.
the disguise was so good that anybody looking at it would think that it's always been there. I mean, this thing was beat up and old looking and abandoned looking, and then
Right.
all of a sudden, these neon green beams started shooting
Hmm.
out from it and
Really?
streams. But and I was just standing there looking like, what is that?
Right.
And then all of a sudden it it started reeling in what looked like a dog.
Mm-hmm.
But you know how dogs it looked like one of them white little poodle Maltese, those cute little friendly
Yeah,
looking
yeah, yeah.
dogs.
Yeah, I've seen those dogs. Yeah.
Yeah, it started reeling it in like a it just was like a straight line neon green
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
being aimed at this thing that looked like a dog, but I understood that it wasn't a dog. That it
Yeah.
was like that it was in disguise.
Wow.
Yes. And you know how dogs look when they don't when they squirm?
Oh yeah.
It's like
I
somebody
used to have a
tries to
dog.
grab it.
Yeah, yeah. I've seen that.
Yeah, it looked like it was trying to fight its way from not being reeled in.
Hmm.
And what I was these beams, they were shooting everywhere. They were like past me. What the sense that I got was that these things or entities that were also
Yeah.
in disguise as common pets and
Right.
innocent, that this thing looked so innocent, I couldn't believe it. I was like, but I knew it was like in disguise.
Yeah.
But I knew from that the purpose of these spaceships was to come and arrest things pretending to be part of the earth but are not.
So when you say that the ships are coming to arrest, the
Arrest,
ships are the
like
ship.
the
So
capture.
to capture, right? So the ships aren't doing anything. There are beings, intelligent beings on these ships that are controlling the ships. The ships are just a transportation vehicle, right? So let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
Do you feel a connection to the beings that are in operation of these ships?
I felt like they weren't here for me. Like
Well, I know that, but I mean, do you feel like
in general?
like a star family connection? Obviously, there's a connection here. So I know
Oh,
they're not here. They're not here. They're coming here to arrest those other beings or whatever.
yeah.
You are. I'm reading your energy. Do you feel a connection to them, the
Yeah.
space people, and the ships? That's what I'm asking you.
I know that somehow, some way, I'm related to these beings.
Exactly what I was getting at. Relationship. So when you say you're somehow related to them, that's the key thing. So the way to know you're related to them is obviously through meditation. I mean, obviously, I think you do have a relationship. I don't know who they are yet because I'm listening to your story. I'm trying to read their energy, but there is a relationship. I don't think they're negative, but I think you have a relationship with these beings. And have you tried to facilitate communications with them through telepathy?
Um, Not with the beings because I'm still scared,
You're
but
still scared.
I know that okay, so my dreams are not well, whose dreams are normal? But I have really irregular dreams where I always feel like I'm put into some type of simulation to test
Mm-hmm.
the my moral character, to test my heart, my soul. Like in these things that they put me through, I've never been through them in life. It's like
Mm-hmm.
these unique tailored situations specifically designed
Mm-hmm.
to see what I would do in a certain situation. Will I rise to the occasion, or will I
Yeah.
fall? Fail it.
So do you feel like, I get the feeling that you're judging yourself, correct?
No, I'm not judging myself, but
Or you're not judging yourself.
but I.
So do
I'm sorry.
so kind of it sounds like if you're not judging yourself, you're testing yourself in some way, correct?
I don't know if it has anything to do with me testing myself, but I
Yeah.
feel like I'm being tested, and I feel like I'm being tested like as like another hoop to go through before I enter another level of enlightenment.
Oh, so what I get is that as you're growing spiritually, you're coming up, it's like graduating from like nursery school to kindergarten
Yes.
to first grade. So what you're doing, you're going up the school ladder of galactic schooling, and you're now going from one step of the school to the next step, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I gotcha. That's what I think. Yeah. So you're jumping through those hoops pretty good. Your energy level, I can read your energy is really good.
Thank you.
I don't think you have any problem making connections with the star people at all. I think that you're a very beautiful, pure soul. Do you even realize that?
I mean, I try not to focus on that because I don't want to get a big head.
Well, you don't have to get a big head. You just have to realize that you're not just a human being, that you're a star seed, and that you come from the stars. Just like I say, I define the star seed as we have biological parents, we have kids, we have children, grandmas and grandpas, but we are not from this earth. When you can tell yourself in the mirror, okay, I'm having a new experience. I love doing the experience. It's part of my life. I'm working at so-and-so place. I have kids. I go to the beach. I do this or whatever. That's your earth-based you.
Yeah.
But there's the star seed you, which does exist within you, which is the being that came from the stars to have the human experience. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Hence the word star girl, right?
Yeah. See, I know I'm from the stars. I know we're all from the stars. But
Right, there you go.
I have a particular fixation with Orion's belt. For some reason, that's what calls to me. I always been fascinated by it. I always looked up things on the earth to mimic the constellation of Orion's belt. It's just, I don't know, maybe my family came from there. Maybe my star family came from there, because I just can't seem to not focus on any other part of the stars with that.
Right. So there you go. Right there. If you have an affinity for a specific star system area, go with it. If that's where you have an affinity, that's where you should focus on, because we have relationships as human beings in our star part of our cosmic self. We have relationships to other planetary worlds. Mm-hmm. And because we do, your Orion's belt, other people, Palladians. I've interviewed people who are connected to Palladians, people that say, like me, from Mars. So that's a beautiful thing. If you find an affinity, you need to work on that connection to that affinity and find out and through meditation, I call it a Christed cosmic meditation, very specifically focusing on, okay, I feel this affinity. I want to make sure my contact is of the highest light. You want to make that contact of the highest light for yourself. And for everybody, it's different. It's not going to be the same for the 10 different people I interview here. But I do know that if you meditate on it and go within, you will find your space family and make contact with them. Now, should they be in the Orion's area, a human population in the Orion's area that's spiritual, you'll find out who that is through meditation. Do you meditate?
You know what? Not as much as I should. I want to get back to meditating every day for I would meditate so long, for at least an hour every day.
Yeah. Well, start with about 20 minutes a day to begin with. I recommend that, Star Girl. And if you do that with the Om or You, those are the two most powerful vibrational words. Om, You, Om, either one of those words. And you use those words in your meditation and say, when you're doing that, I wish to connect with my Christed cosmic star family in the Orion's belt, let's say. And as you do that, call that out in your consciousness quietly and see what your response is. And down the road, see if you get a response.
I think
find out who the space people are on those ships that you're seeing. Those people are connected to you. Don't be afraid. Don't let fear get in it.
I don't know why I'm afraid. I had dreams where they were trying to contact me, and I kept running away, screaming like a mad person.
Oh, don't do
It's
that.
hilarious what I'm thinking about
Your
now,
brain,
but
your brain is human brain tells us to fear things. Our human brain tries to block us from growing. Our brain is not helping us grow. It's preventing us from growing. So, so I would suggest slowly take it with some meditation. Use ambient space music, which will calm you down. I would say Christ conscious ambient music, which you can find on YouTube. And I would just do the meditation. But you always want to say, and you always want to make the connection, are you Christed beings of light? So you can ask the space beings on those ships, are you Christed beings of light? That's the first thing you want to ask them. And if they say, yes, we are, there could be tricksters out there, but you also can put a protection around yourself. And I am protected in Christ consciousness. No one can communicate with me unless they're of that cosmic Christ consciousness. And if you say it that way, you're protecting yourself from any what you call cosmic jokers. But I do believe that there's a connection with you with those star people on that ship, and you need not to be afraid of anything. You need to be self-empowered. There's no ego involved. It's just realizing that you need to take a step forward in what you're doing in order to facilitate potential contact.
I wonder what that is, that thing that makes us afraid to step into our power.
It's our brain. The brain is the thing that's making people afraid. If you go into meditation within, you will not be afraid of anything. For me, I don't let my mind control my consciousness. I have my center of my being. I always go within meditation. I never think about what I'm doing because that's the mind that's going to make me think. So if I think constantly of what I'm doing, I'll never do it because I'm thinking too much about what I'm going to do. Yeah, ego is another part of it. The brain, the ego, you got to let go of that stuff. The mind can be a very the mind, there's a word for it. The mind can be a very blocking kind of thing. That's not the word I want to use. The mind will try to stop you from growth. The brain can be really good for buying things at the supermarket, making sure your grocery bill's $50 instead of $100. The brain's good for that, like a computer. But sometimes you need to put the brain aside and go within, and that's where you're going to get the answers.
Yeah.
That's without the fear. You're letting the fear too much overtake you, and that's not good. You need to let go of the fear and realize that you have nothing to be afraid of. Empower yourself spiritually, cosmically. There's nothing to fear.
Man,
you can't live your life in fear. That's especially when you're having these kinds of stories that you're telling. You need to figure it out, and the way to figure it out is without fear and just moving forward.
You're so right. I can feel it in my heart that you're right. But
let's go. Now let's go with those. That's no buts. Let's go. Can we go with it? Can we try to at least go forward?
We're gonna go.
I want you. I'm gonna be. Look at me as a teacher for a moment. Your lesson from my class today is you just said I'm right. I want you to breathe it, live it, and do it. Breathe it, live it, and do it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That means do it.
I don't know if there's people waiting to come in. If there are people waiting to come in, then I won't tell my other story. But if
no, tell that other story. We want to hear it, and then I'll bring more people.
Good. All right, this happened when I was 16.
Yeah.
Okay, so my brother, he was like a bad kid. He was just like always breaking the rules and just live recklessly. But he used to go to this alternative school, and he would come, and I was just going to regular school, and he would come and tell me how they did so much things. They would go bowling and have pizza parties and all these field trips. And I was so jealous because I'm like, man, I go to this stupid school. We don't do none of that, And I think he knew I was jealous. So he used to just pour extra juice up in there just to make me feel salty even more. But it worked. So one night I was sick. And one night I went to sleep. And I was dreaming regular that I was at my school. I was at high school, and I was talking to one of my friends that I normally talk to in life, and I was and we played hooky from the school in my dream, and and my friend said, "Where do you want to go?" And I said to her, "I know where we should go. We should go to my brother's school." hand to God on my soul, a portal opened up in my dream. And me and my friend jumped through the portal. I came out on the other side of the portal. I couldn't see my body. I couldn't see my feet, my arms, nothing. I couldn't see my form. But I was moving. But I could tell because I didn't have no feet. Like I knew I was floating. So I saw I was in a hallway. There was a water fountain on the left. It was a classroom on the right. You turn and make a left, and there was 2 more classrooms. You go further down. There was this one room with a TV in it, and there was this burgundy couch with all these people sitting on the couch. And you go past that, and you enter a kitchen, and there was 2 refrigerators. One was full of meats, like lunch meats and stuff, and one was full of all these types of juices. And it had an island in the kitchen.
So where did this dream end up going to?
I described my brother's whole school to him.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah.
In the dream.
Once I finished going through the kitchen and out to the parking lot, I woke up, and my brother, he used to, boys, man, they know how to get you. So he screamed me out of my sleep. It was making fun of me, because, boys, brothers and sisters, they just love to pick on each other. And I was like, not thinking anything, rubbing my eyes. I was like, you won't believe this. He was like, well, I said, I had a dream. I went to your school, and I started describing the whole school to him. His mouth just stayed open.
So you actually traveled to his school in out of body experience and saw the whole school and everything.
Yes, I described the whole school to him, and to this day, because I described the school, he'll tell anyone who asks, my sister is psychic. My sister is psychic. But that was just my first time that I astral traveled. That was the first time. But I described the whole school to him. And because nobody knows what the school looks like but him and me, when I try to tell people this story, not this family that I'm talking to, but people who don't believe in these experiences, of course they don't have them because they don't believe in them. But they don't understand how big it is. They think that it's just like, oh, you was just dreaming. That didn't really happen. But no, it really happened.
It really happened, yes.
And his mouth was open the whole time. And he was staring at me. And as soon as I shut up, he jumped up and ran to my mom. Was like, Mom, because he's just psychic. He told the whole story. But that was the very first. I never had control over the astral travel thing. It only happened a few more times after that, but that was the first time it happened, and it happened because I was so jealous. I wanted to see the school so bad that I started dreaming about it.
Wow. Well, Stargirl, thank you. That was a great ending story.
No problem.
You're able to travel. That's another thing. We all can do it, right? Many people don't realize it, but you're absolutely telling the truth. But your homework now is not to be afraid to ask questions of the star beings and find out where they are and who they are, okay? I want you to promise me you'll do that. And then no, it's not hard. Don't ever say the word hard. That's your mind saying that. Say, I can do it. It's not hard. I want you to repeat after me. I can do it.
I can do it.
I'm not afraid to do it.
I'm not afraid to do it.
I'm not afraid. Say it with courage. I am not afraid to do it. Say, I'm not afraid to do it.
I am not afraid to do it.
And I will do it.
And I will do it.
Because I want to know who these star people are.
That's the truth, though. I do want to know who these star people are.
Exactly. I'm speaking your truth, and that's your truth. So go for it. Thank
you. You're always so good to talk to.
Thank you.
Bye, my family. Everybody have a good night.
All right. We're going to bring you down the spaceship very, very slowly. Here we go. All right. See? That's what I do. I bust a matrix. I try to get people to get rid of their fears in their mind and go for it, Sometimes you just got to jump there and go for it. Let me see. Where am I going? Ashley first, and then we're going to have James. Ashley first, then James. Ashley, good evening.
Hi, how are you doing?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I wanted to show you a video that my husband and I caught. We went to the river at Savi Island and saw the light reflecting off the trees, and I've never seen it do that. The way that
Really
it's doing it.
interesting. I'd love to
Trying
have.
to get
Can you?
my
Yeah.
camera
What?
to work. Now you can see me, hopefully.
A lovely goddess will definitely. Lovely goddess, go into our guest icon thing, and we'll bring you on after James.
If I can switch my
Hey.
camera, it'd be fantastic.
Okay.
I don't know if you
We'll
can
see.
see this.
We'll see what happens here.
Can you see the way the light's on the trees?
Nope, I only see the screen without your photo or picture on it. Now I see you.
Hold on.
Now I see the trees. Here we go.
Do you see that?
Wow, how'd you get the video on the screen?
It's my husband's phone because he's got the Samsung 20 something Ultra.
Oh, really? It lets you put video on the screen on TikTok. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I need to
and
get one of
I've
those.
never
Okay.
seen anything like that. My mom was with me and she was like, "That's interesting, the way that the light was hitting the tree." I was like, "I know it's
Oh,
really
wow.
beautiful, but it was almost like just going out in nature. Just
Yeah,
no, there's no filter on that at all.
interesting.
I've
I'll
never
have to
seen
get.
that before. It was literally going all the way up to the top, and my mom, she's in her 60s, and she was like, "I've never seen that
Yeah,
before." And I was like,
yeah,
"This
it's
is
very,
so
very
pretty."
cool. Look at that. Yeah. Wow, that's
Just the way
very,
the
very
light is
beautiful.
hitting the tree, I was like, I didn't want to leave.
Yeah, you want to stay there. Yeah, I
It felt
gotcha.
very magical, and
Mm-hmm.
in between that time, my husband and I, like within the last couple days, we saw 2 baby deers when we went to Silverton, which is, you don't ever see baby deers, but
Mm-hmm.
this is in Savi Island, and it was like a very random. See, now you can see it better because I took more than one video. It didn't feel real. It
Right.
was
No,
that
I
pretty.
could.
It just
Yeah, it's just a beautiful reflection. The water, everything looks really beautiful.
yeah, and we haven't had the best light when it comes to looking at the stars because we've got a lot of fire smog issues right now because
Okay. Yeah. The
we have a
wildfires.
really
Yeah.
bad fire. But like people in the comments saying it looks like it's dancing around, and it was very quiet, and the way the water was reflecting, I just figured I'd share it. That's just my dog, but I like replaying it because I know that I tend to catch a lot of interesting things, but it seems like every time I go out in nature with my mom, we always catch my husband or my mom. It's just, hopefully you guys can see it pretty well. I don't know what that is. Like, does anybody know what that is besides, of course, the water just reflecting?
I
It was
just
almost like
noticed
the
the water.
trees were.
I just noticed the water reflecting. I'm not really getting any. For me, if I got something, I tell you. I just see the water reflecting. Pretty much, that's what I get. It's beautiful, but it's just water reflection.
It was so pretty. It felt very magical. My mom
Yeah.
was like, if you told Natalie about it, she would think it was fairy magic, and I was like, possibly.
Yeah.
It felt really magical being there, though.
I'm sure it was. And nothing. If you feel that way, you have to go with your feelings, and that's to me the most beautiful thing. If you feel that magic, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, we felt like we've had a lot of interesting stuff happen. I can't wait until I can actually start having more interesting dreams. I haven't really had very many, but that's probably the best video. It's a short video, but I
No,
just
it's
wanted to
good.
show you what the water was doing, because even the reflection, it kept changing to the point where the water was sparkling gold.
Interesting. I'm gonna have to. And what kind of Samsung phone is that, by the way, that does the video?
22 Ultra.
Samsung 22 Ultra. It's an older
Really,
version
an
of
older.
what the newest one is, but catches some pretty good videos.
Oh, good.
Records in 8K.
Oh, really? I'm using a Samsung here. I don't remember which one it is, and maybe I can do video. I don't know, but I never really tried putting video on my lives here.
He might have some of Silverton Falls. I'll have to check really quick.
Oh,
He
I
might,
gotcha.
but we've got a lot of really pretty stuff. I don't know if you ever visit
Oh,
Oregon,
okay.
but
You're okay. You're taking his camera on your screen. Okay,
yeah,
I see what you're doing.
I'm showing his camera so you guys
Oh,
can see it. That
that's
way you
what's
can.
confusing. I thought it was something already on your. Okay, I
I
gotcha.
wish TikTok had that, but
Yeah.
here's the
All
deer
right.
that we saw. I don't know. I haven't seen the video yet, but I was like, that is very spiritual. I don't get to see
Yeah.
two of them.
Uh-oh. Yeah. No, it's that's something else.
It was so cute. I was like, oh my gosh, look how little they were.
I love deer. I remember being in the Catskill Mountains when I was a kid. The deer came right up to me and I was petting the deer. They had no fear of humans. It was pretty amazing.
You got to pet deer?
Yeah, when I was a kid going in the Catskill Mountains on a trip with my family, we were at some place and there were people there. These deer came right up to me. They weren't even afraid. I couldn't believe it.
Michael caught
you know,
something.
Oh, that
That's
looks
something
like,
that I want, but of course it's blurry.
but it looks like
There's
some sort
something-
of object.
Yeah, he tends to catch stuff like this, and then he'll take a picture while we're driving. But we live in Oregon,
so just to keep that on the screen for a minute. Can you get a little bit closer on there? So those look like? I want to ask him. Were those clouds in the sky? There's like a white object, and then there's something else going on.
there was no clouds in the sky that day.
All right, look at that
But
object.
look, it's like an
there.
arrow.
Yeah, that object right there. That's amazing.
I wanted to show you this stuff because
you know that the spaceships are cloaked, and if you take a picture, your camera will pick up the spaceship that you can't see with the human eye. That right there looks like a really bright, radiant object.
yeah,
That's pretty
and
amazing. Yeah.
his camera's really good to the point where we can zoom in and like get very good close-ups of the moon.
Wow.
So it's
100 times magnification.
like we always, whenever
wow.
we go out, we try to take pictures so that we can show you some stuff because we live in Oregon, and some people
Yeah.
say that there's certain areas in Oregon where there's vortexes and stuff like that where you can go see stuff. But I just thought it was interesting because I can zoom in on his phone.
Oh, look at that.
And
You can zoom in on the picture. Look at that. Oh, wow. Look at that. That is really cool. Yeah, that's definitely a non-terrestrial object that was probably cloaked. Look at that picture, everybody.
Yeah,
That
he was
is
in the Air
amazing.
Force, so when he sees stuff in the sky that's weird, he'll try to get his camera out as quick as he can to take a picture of it. And
Wow.
I've never seen anything like that ever.
Well, those are pictures that you need to document and date the time and the day that it happened. Those are things that, like I said, in amazing pictures like that, because a lot of spaceships that don't want to be seen are cloaked, but the camera, for some reason, our cameras will pick up the picture of something that we can't see with the human eye. That's a really great example of that happening.
It's so interesting too, because like you can zoom in and it's so interesting how it just has that. I don't know. It's just
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like that ever. And
Yeah. Wow.
he doesn't just stop and take pictures. But I figured I'd share it with you because it's 10 o'clock here and I know where you are. It's pretty late and I don't know if anybody
getting
else
late,
wants to get in.
Yeah, I think we have a couple more people on the line here.
Yeah, but I
want
figured I'd
this-
at least share that with you because
Yeah, have your husband, when he gets these kind of pictures, keep track of them, and we'd like to see those. Those are pretty cool.
yeah, if we get anything else, I'll try to show it to you. I had to show that to you because
No, I'm glad
like if you
did.
notice,
That's
like for him to get it out, like even the focus of the picture is kind of blurry
right.
because he tried to get it so quickly.
Bring it in real close. And also, not only that, can you get the other thing on the side? They look dark, like a bunch of objects right there. Can you zoom
These
in on
ones?
that? Yeah, you said there was any clouds. Are those clouds?
No, we didn't have any clouds in the sky.
Then what are those things?
I don't know. That's why he took a picture of it.
Interesting
Yeah, so-
shapes.
They look very interesting to me. So there's that object, very brilliant object. There's no clouds in the sky, and these things appear in the picture.
Yeah, there was no
That's
clouds
right.
in the sky.
No
It was
clouds.
a fear day.
And yeah, he usually will tell me and then take a picture, but he's very he pays attention to stuff when it's up in the sky, and he's like,
Yeah.
I'll
Yeah,
always
those are
ask him,
definitely
I'm like, is that a plane or what is that?
yeah,
And
those are definitely way too big to be birds. They're not birds. I know what birds look like, but they're
yeah,
definitely
and
weird. I mean, yeah,
it's really weird because you've got whatever this thing is, and
yeah.
then it's
Well,
like,
that thing definitely is like,
I don't know, it looks like an arrow is like pointing, and then it all of a
can you
sudden
bring
is like
can you bring it in even closer? That bright thing. Bring it as
to
close as you
this.
can. Yeah, go, keep going. Okay,
That's
right
as
there.
close as I can get to it.
Okay, that is really wild. It has a radiant light at like right near the front of it. Now swing over to the dark objects from there. Keep it that close. No, keep it close.
See, it's like,
Yeah,
I can try to keep it close, but that's zoomed in all the way. So like,
yeah,
if I go over to this object and zoom in, it's just,
yeah, yeah.
it's
Weird.
interesting because it's like, I don't know what that is.
And keep it that zoomed in. Go to the other ones that are next to it. Slide over slowly to the other ones. Yeah, that's definitely weird stuff.
I don't know if it's like something that's coming off of whatever that light element thing is, if it's something coming off whatever they're using,
Yeah,
but like,
it's definitely weird, you know.
yeah, that's
Normally
why
have
I
an
figured
answer
I'd
for
show
things.
you.
Yeah, it's definitely one person said cloud smoke from like smoke. Was there any fires where cloud smoke would appear in the sky? Maybe.
Nope, there wasn't any fires during this time when
Okay,
There
no
might have
fires.
been one
Okay,
here.
he says that there might have been. He's not sure, but like,
okay.
this was,
I think there was a little bit of a fire, and that's what I was trying to capture, and the other thing was just kind of a shocker.
Yeah. Well, that's a good shocker for you because that's amazing. You know, I mean, you don't expect it. Most people that capture spaceships on their camera, when they're just looking at something else, all of a sudden, oh, wait a minute, what's that thing? Has been documented over the years that people gotten flying saucers in their cameras on picture, and they said, well, I didn't see anything when I was looking at the sky. Many of these ships cloak.
that's a light, that's not a fire.
Yeah,
Sorry, somebody
yeah.
said that there's a fire, and I'm like, that's a light source from a building. I wish
Well, I
it
want
wasn't
to
blurry. Like,
No, I
if
wish
it
it
was
wasn't
more
either.
clear, it would be a lot more easy to figure out what it is. Because it says
Yeah.
it was taken July 4th, which I don't know how to explain this, because that's probably what the smoke clouds are. But you want to know something that's weird is when I was driving around with my ex, we saw this weird object in the sky around the 4th of July, and it was not a firework. It was just floating in the sky. And of course,
Yeah.
he was driving, and we couldn't really stop because we were on the freeway. And it's weird how I always tend to see objects on the 4th of July in the sky that aren't fireworks, but it's hard to tell what they are because, that's not a firework. So I
Right,
just looked
that's
at
not
what
a
the date
firework.
was when he took it.
All right. Well, Ashley, I want to thank you and your husband for coming up here. I'm going to do 2 more interviews, and then I'm going to call it a night on encounters because of the time
Well,
difference.
thanks for having us. I hope that you have a really good night.
Oh, man, we enjoyed you both being here, and that was a great, great photo. Thank you so much for showing it.
Yep. You have a really
All
great
right.
night. Thanks again.
All right, guys. The Bashleys on Encounters. Have a good night up there in Oregon. And I'm going to bring 2 more people on here, and then we're going to call it a night. Down the route, I'm going to bring James up first, then Lovely's coming on, and she'll be our last guest. James will bring on now, and
Hello.
and my brightness. I was playing around with the brightness before I came live tonight. I found out this thing, when I kept moving it, it adjusted the color on my screen. So I think I figured out how to keep myself from going dark. James, good morning. Well, I say good morning. It is good morning. It's 1:14
Good
a.m.
morning, Commander. You look
Good morning.
fantastic.
I feel good. And how are you doing, sir?
Are you using a new off-world face balm?
I'm using something on here on the TikTok that allows me to adjust the visuals. So yeah, it seems to be working.
You look good. Hey,
So tell us.
I
yeah.
was gonna say that lady's picture was pretty dang cool.
Yeah, that was very interesting.
With that thing in there, it looked like a rocket.
Yeah, but definitely, it definitely was some sort of a spaceship. That's what I was getting. The other stuff I was trying to figure out, I still can't figure it out. But that part of it, the light part, was I think very good to document that. And cameras historically, when people are taking pictures that have UFO sightings, that didn't want to take a UFO picture, it just happens to appear like a flying saucer or some object in the photo. Camera lenses don't have any limitation. You take a picture of what you think is just the sun, and then when you take the picture, you
Right.
see what is that object doing next to the sun that wasn't there because it was a cloaked object. A lot of times, spaceships will cloak themselves, and the only way you're going to see them is your camera hypothetically takes a picture through your cell phone or whatever, and then all of a sudden you look at the picture and say, "Where'd that come from?" You know, and there's a lot of documentation, as you know, of people taking pictures that ended up having strange objects in the photos.
Sure. And imagine all the people that don't even notice the stuff in the background.
Right, and they don't. They probably wouldn't, you know. But yeah, so it's
I
getting
wanted to
late
bring
here.
I wanted to bring
Go
a
ahead.
little comedy. I wanted to bring a little comedy to you before you go on to your next interview. I've been
Okay.
working on my little ET voice. You want to hear it?
Yeah, so you're coming up with an ET
Okay.
voice. Go
ET
ahead.
voice. Here we go. Hello, Commander. How are you today? I come to you from the planet Please.
You know, it sounds like you're an underwater being that's trying
Yeah,
to
like
speak
a fish, like a
like
fish
you're
ET.
like you're floating. Well, you're in Florida, so you can be floating in the water anyway.
Yeah.
You could, because Florida's almost at water level.
Yeah, if the water level rises, I'll be underwater. We almost
If you're
flooded during the
like you know,
storm.
like in Venice, they have floods all the time because of the water rising on the earth. And the same thing. It's fun. It's not even actually funny. With Florida, the water level is rising too, right? I
I
don't know how
mean,
quickly it's rising to a
they've
certain
been saying
extent.
the water level's been rising since back in the
Well,
day.
all I know is, James, if the water does rise, you can use that voice when you're in the water in the
Yeah,
Gulf
that's
Coast.
probably what it'll sound like.
Yeah,
Hello,
you know,
Commander. You better listen. If that happens, you better send the ship from the Ashtar Command to come zip me out of the water.
well, they'll find you, or the angelic beings on the ship will find you first.
Yeah, somebody will get me.
Hey, James,
Well,
I
listen,
want to
you
thank
go
you for being here, man.
get to your next interview, wrap up the show. Have a good night, sir. Good
You
night,
too.
everybody.
Okay, watch out for the meatballs and spaghetti. I saw that video.
A binga binga banga boonga.
I did see it. Have a good night, James. All right, and let me bring this other person up here. Well, where are they? All right, let's see here. Here we go. Our last guest for the evening on Encounters. Hey, lovely
Hello.
goddess, how you doing?
Hi, everybody. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we're privileged to have you on here. Tell us about where you are and tell us about your story.
Okay. I'm in Georgia right now. I stay in Georgia.
Okay.
I want to tell you about two stories. I have multiple, but I know it's late, so I'm only going to do two right now.
Hmm?
So I have a story of where I have a video as well, but I'm gonna show you this video at the end. So one night my sister was going to work and me and her was on FaceTime and we noticed there was something in the sky when she was on FaceTime and I told her, I was like, do you see that? And it was like a big huge blue ball in the sky. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I have a screen recording of it. So I have a screen recording and a screenshot and it should have the date with it as well.
Oh, good.
So yeah, that's with that one. And then I have another story with it's like a dream.
What's
And
the other
then,
story? You're getting some noise on your phone. What is all that noise?
oh no, I'm good.
Sound,
Thank you. Hold on, give me 1 second.
okay. A lot of people in the background there. This is Encounters. Please show your support for the show. Everybody do some gifting. Thank you for the gifts. My Venmo account is on my Cash App on my main profile page. You'll see my YouTube link. All our shows are on YouTube. This show will be on YouTube too. We're going to get back to Lovely. You're back with us and continue.
Okay, do it still sound loud?
No,
Because
you
I am
sound
a
fine, and you're over 18, correct?
yes, I'm over 18.
Okay, so make sure I don't have a problem. So tell us a little bit more about your story. Go ahead.
Okay, I will go more in detail with that one since I will have the pictures so I can show you guys. But with
Mm-hmm.
my second story, it was like a dream. Um, I don't know how to explain it, but I was dreaming about something else before I ended up in this situation. But I remember when I was in this dream, and I didn't know where I was at, but it was like nighttime, and I was like in this field surrounded by trees, and I was
Mm-hmm.
looking around. It was like a lot of other people there as well, but we all was dressed in like white, like these white long clothings,
Mm-hmm.
and I was confused. I didn't know what was going on, but I remember looking up and it was this huge ship with blue lights all around it. And it was
Oh,
these
wow.
beings that came, like they were tall. I don't remember the exact face features, but I know they were very
Mm-hmm.
tall and
Wow.
skinny. And I seen some of them carrying some of the people that were there. And
You
yeah.
said they were blue and skinny. How tall were they? Do you know?
They weren't blue. They were more like a dark color.
A dark color.
Yeah, and they were
So
tall.
they were tall. And did they look human like we do, like you do, like I do?
Well, I wouldn't say it looked exactly like a human. I would just say it looks like a figure. It was just a
A
tall,
figure.
dark figure. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. And now let's switch back to the blue thing. Was the ship blue?
Um. Hold
Something
on.
you
This
said
person
something was
coming
blue.
right now. They will be able to.
Because you
Come here,
mentioned the
phone real quick.
blue.
Don't go outside. So I got
Hold on.
Interesting story, folks. And we have Lovely here. So this is an interesting story. So she sees a spaceship. I'm going to ask what year that was. And then I want to find out about the blue thing. And then she says the beings were looking dark. So there's a couple of things going on here that we want to find out.
Okay, give me 1 second. I'm about to go through my photos real quick.
Okay. But I'm interested. Can you tell me about you mentioned the word blue, like it was a blue light? I think she's looking at something else.
Okay. How do I turn the camera on? I'm trying to hurry up because the person
Okay.
is in a rush.
Oh, really? Well, you can't do the camera yet because you have to get up to 800 people following you. Once you get up to 800, then you can switch your camera on. That's a TikTok thing. So you'll eventually be able to do it. You could post a video on TikTok on your account
I
that people can
tried to
see.
many times, but TikTok
Yeah.
is not allowing me.
Yeah.
It deletes
Yeah.
my what's it called? But I can put it as my photo, my profile picture.
Yeah. Okay, do that.
Yeah.
But right now you don't have camera capabilities because you only have about, let me see how many followers you have.
really.
Only
You have
54.
67 followers. You actually have 67 followers. Everybody
Oh.
follow Lovely. Everybody follow her. We got to get her up to 800. It'll take some time, but at least we can all follow her now and get her up to over 100. Yeah, but at some point you'll be able to post the photos or show the photos on here.
Is there a way I can like change it real quick and then try to come back so you can just like see the profile picture?
Yeah, you can go out and come back in.
Okay.
You're our last guest for the show tonight, so you can definitely can do that. Let me do this here, and then come back in and change your profile picture.
Okay, I'll be
That'll
right
work.
back.
All right. All right. So she's going to be our last guest. We're getting up to about 1:24 a.m. in the morning. You're watching the late night show Encounters, the spiritual UFO talk show. This is CmdrAleon. I appreciate all your gifts. And please use my Venmo. My Venmo account link is on my main page on the top here. When you go to you can't see it. When you go up there where you see the planet, you press that up there. That'll take you to my Venmo link and also my YouTube channel. So you go up there to the Venmo link, you can make a donation of whatever you want on my Venmo. So I appreciate people going directly into that area and doing that as well. And we are winding down. How can I send my sky pics to you? Send them to me at, I'll definitely send it to me. I'm going to give you my email. And if you do that, your sky pics will get to me. Ashley Bashley, yeah, we'll wait till tomorrow night for the video. If we can wait till tomorrow night, because I'm just finalizing with this last person here. Lovely. I'm going to bring Lovely back. She's my last guest for the night, folks, and we'll do more interviews tomorrow night. I promise.
Okay, I'm not sure if you guys can see the new picture, but if you look in the comments and where I say I'm back, I see that the new picture is posted right there. That's how the thing looked in the sky, and it was like huge. It was very huge.
Yeah, I see that. You know, if you send that picture to me, I can show the big picture on my screen, maybe like tomorrow night.
Okay, so I can try to message you, and I can send you the video.
Yeah, send me the video. Send me the picture. I'll be able to put it on my screen. I don't know about the video part. On the encounters, I'll be able to take your picture and put it on the background here, and people will be able to see it. I'll be happy to do that.
Okay. Hopefully you can just look at the video and probably see what I couldn't see, or get more information from it.
I'll definitely review it. Well, Goddess, I want to thank you for being here. You were our very last guest for tonight. Anyone who has a story to tell, wait till tomorrow night at 11 o'clock, and we'll definitely bring on more people. So we appreciate everybody, all the gifts. Lovely Goddess, we're going to let you go, and I thank you for coming on my live tonight.
All right, well, thank you for this opportunity to get my story out.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And so doing that, my cat's right here. Let me just do this here. Missy, I'll do this here. All right, folks. So I just want to let everybody know that I am... Oh, what's going on, Missy? I want to thank everybody for being here. This has been Encounters, and we're going to call it a night for the show. Thanks for everyone around the world, all the new people. We'll catch you again possibly tomorrow morning during the daylight. Again, this is Encounters, the #1 spiritual UFO talk show on social media. Everybody take care. Again, thank you for your gifts. Go to my Venmo account link on the top page. You'll see my finger pointing to the planet where it says CmdrAleon. You press that, and you'll get to my link and do my Venmo. So we appreciate everybody. Take care, everybody. Have a good night. Sleep well. We'll see you in the morning.